Okay, I'm gonna call this world Stillfields. Here we go. That did not quite go as planned. Hello everyone! Welcome to my first Minecraft YouTube video. My name is Sparmit, and we're going to be starting our first Minecraft world. So I'm calling this world Stillfields. I have a couple of plans for it that I'm really excited to execute, but I don't know how much I want to share right away. I'm really inspired by the Hermitcraft series. Every Minecraft YouTuber ever is inspired by the Hermitcraft series. But specifically, I really like the way that when they build, it's kind of like a piece of art. How they do this huge, big build that lasts, you know, like a year to 2 years for the season. I don't know how long each season lasts, like a year and a half. But they do these huge builds, and they kind of approach the building more as a painting artist than they would approach it as a Minecraft builder, I guess, which I think is really fun. I love art. I think it'll be really exciting to try my hand at it. The theme, okay, so I don't really want to go too much into the theme and spoil everything, but the theme for my first build, my starter build, is going to be a ranch. I've gotten really into that cowboy aesthetic recently, and you know, if I can't be a cowboy in real life, I might as well be a cowboy in Minecraft. That's a little far in the future because I am just cutting down a singular tree right now, but it will happen eventually. It will, I swear. When I'm first starting out a Minecraft world, I like to go caving first thing after there's a forest fire. I don't want this forest to burn down. I've got this. I don't want this whole forest to burn. Oh, it's spreading. It's definitely spreading. Oh, it's on me. Okay, I'm a wonderful firefighter. This is like that one show that they're firefighters, but they also... What the hell? I'm not a very good firefighter, apparently. It's fine. Look, it's not even gonna spread. It's not spreading. This isn't happening. Did you see a fire? I did not see a fire. I've never seen a fire in my life. Okay. Back to the matter at hand. I have seen this seed before. I'm a bit of a fraud, but it's not one of those seeds that I found online with like specific things marked on it. It's just a seed that I loaded up in a different world and one that I ended up really liking. There's a village in this direction that I found, and there's also a giant mountain snow biome, and on the inside is a cherry grove, which I think is really pretty. That's probably not where I'm going to be building. It is a nice area, and I might build something there later on, I'm not sure. But I do really like the hills. It's going to work perfectly for our ranch style build and what I plan to do later on. I'm still hearing a fire. I mean, did you hear that? Because I didn't. I didn't hear that. We're gonna make our stone tools first, and I hate using the wooden pickaxe, but I'm also a big firm believer in not wasting items. So if I made the wooden pickaxe, I have to use it to completion. I'm just a little bit silly, some might say. And I'll do an axe, and we're just gonna collect a bunch of wood, if there's any wood left. Not that anything happened to the wood, but we're just gonna collect a bunch of wood, and then probably some food before we go caving, and then we'll be off to the mines. Look, I'm a genius. I told you I could be a great firefighter. Nothing even happened. It's because I'm just so amazing. It's getting dark out, and I'm actually not that great at Minecraft. We're gonna be heading this direction where I know the village is, and we're gonna get a good night's sleep and maybe kill some animals, and we're gonna run really fast. Oh, perfect. A herd of pigs. Now, I'm not really a vegetarian. I'm a really big beef believer. I love beef. I'm not that big of a fan of pork, actually. I really get down with some good medium rare steak. But I guess pork will have to do for now. You know, we're living our best life, but we're not the richest yet, so we can't really afford steak. How many was that? 5 down? I don't know, I wasn't counting. 6 down? Shall we go for a 7th? Yippee! Off to the village, and we will not be jumping in any more lava pools. I actually should probably eat this apple. It didn't even feed me enough, so I do have to just run. I swear the village is just over this hill. We're almost there. No! No, no, no. Okay. It's always the baby zombies. Do we think I can make a sprint for it? Well, certainly not like that, huh? The problem is the baby zombie still gonna be there? Please leave me alone. I'm very friendly. Except for all those pigs. I don't remember where I died. Maybe I should just gun it for the village and leave everything behind. That's a very cowboy attitude, I think. Man, that was a lot of wood. Oh, I found it. And there's a creeper right next to all my stuff. Isn't that just wonderful? Did he blow it all up? Okay, I think I got it all. Now we're off to the village. Let's go. Ooh, and look at all those cows. Maybe we are rich enough for steak. We made it. We made it. Hello? I'm sorry, do you mind if I borrow your bed? They're all coming to break down our door. I forgot about that. Well, we're screwed, buddy. We're screwed, that's what. He walked away. We can sleep now? Yes. Yippee! Brother. Why would you do this? Where is he going in the middle of the night? Oh, oh, oh. I'm sorry. I don't take visitors. We can cook up all this pork. I'm not that great at the combat part of Minecraft. I'm hoping to get better. Eventually. Eventually, I will be a Minecraft god. For now, at least I have more than a half a heart. We'll finish cooking this, and I was gonna go slaughter all those cows. I mean, I was gonna go talk peace with all those cows. Hello. I was just talking about how much I really love steak, man. Man, I swear there were a bunch of cows over here. Where did all those cows go? I guess we'll never know. I should probably block the villagers up if I want to use this later on. I don't want all the villagers to die. I think I'm planning on building kind of near here. If I want to use villagers for books and stuff later on, I best get to saving these villagers. They did offer me refuge in my time of need. Although he did walk out in the middle of the night. I wonder what he was doing. Some kind of deal he had to make in the middle of the night? Maybe sneaking out. Hello? Go in your house, man. It's for your own good. Oh, I didn't even raid the village. I mean, I didn't even borrow the stuff that was in your house. Oh, there's two in there. What? Am I interrupting something? Whoa, don't look at me like that. I'll leave. You guys have fun in there. He is jumping on the bed in there. Why are you all alone over there, mister? Doing some flower gazing with the bees? A pig? I mean, what? Where? We've got everything we kind of really need to go caving. I want to do this cave, but it looks a little big. And I saw one over here that looked a little smaller and like easier. I don't want to die in the cave. Okay, so unfortunately my caving expedition turned out to be incredibly unsuccessful. I ended up caving for about an hour. I discovered an ancient city, I found diamonds. I think it would be a bit more honorable if I'd said I died to a warden, but I ended up jumping into lava. This is all I have to my name, but it's not the cowboy way to give up. I am going to take a break from caving. I did end up losing all my footage. For some reason, my recording software was only recording freeze frames, and I'm not sure what the issue is. So we're going to be playing the game called Just Trust Me, Bro. There is an ancient city down there. It's very scary. Instead of caving, because that wasn't super successful, I think I'm going to attempt to start building the ranch and see how far I can get. This is kind of the area I've chosen for all of the building I'm going to be doing in this world. I mean, unless I need to build like really far away or something. This is the mountain I was talking about, that inside there's a cherry grove, although I'm not sure if I'll be using that at the moment. And I really like the way that this mountain comes down, and then this hill is a little bit raised, but it's not super tall. And then there's a little valley in here, which I think will be really fun for some of my later ideas. But I think I'm going to build the ranch kind of in this area here where it's lower. I have a very specific vibe in mind. I just have to collect the blocks. So most of what I need is in range of the spawn. I need some spruce. Excuse you. I need some spruce, dark oak, and then clay. This shouldn't be too arduous of a task. What in the world? I didn't know they could make that noise. Yep. That is evil. You will have an evil spirit. I can feel it. Oh, yippee. Since we've decided to become a cowboy, I think our first horse is probably going to be quite a big deal. So this is the first horse. I do have some names picked out that I'd like to use. However, I lost the only name tag I had when I died in lava in the deep dark. Unfortunately, they will not be named yet, but eventually. I feel like it's a big milestone. Ooh, don't shoot my horse. That was almost very bad for you, buddy. I think our first horse is a big milestone, so I think we're officially on our way to becoming the ultimate cowboy. I don't know what would make a cowboy ultimate, however, I think we're getting there. When I went to the deep dark, I actually found so much horse armor, and it's all in the lava. It all burned in the lava. Off we go. Should I yeehaw? Yeehaw into the sunset, perhaps? I feel a little guilty about that. Your mother was a good woman. I didn't know very much about her. Can horses go over powdered snow? Can donkeys go over powdered snow? I guess is the question we should be asking. No, they cannot. Oh, that does not seem very good to me. I need this donkey. No, we survived. He didn't even lose that many hearts. He was kind of dramatic. I have to save our donkey. I have to save the donkey. I did it. I'm a genius. Oh, just... You didn't even care, man. I just took 2 explosions to save your life. Don't yeehaw at me. Well, here goes my donkey. When I start really building, I want to give a lot of information on why I'm doing what I'm doing. Based on the terrain, we have this really high mountain right here and this kind of mid-field mountain. These both are pointing downwards, like they're sloping downwards into... This is kind of the focal point that they're sloping downwards towards, which is fine. If we make the flat area more obvious, I think it'll be a better focal point. I'm thinking of either having the grass at this level or maybe this level. I think this level is a little low, so I might actually raise the grass here. Okay, so I'm not quite finished yet, but I think you can definitely see what I was talking about here. I definitely think I need to bring this a little bit further outwards, this bottom row right here, further outwards, closer towards the trees. You can definitely see it better from up top, where I kind of want it to be a very slow rise through the valley. I just want the elevation gain through the valley to be pretty low. It's a good starting point. Okay, so I locked in quite a bit and I got myself some diamonds and a bit of iron, mostly because I didn't want to go back to the desert and mine with a bunch of stone pickaxes. I got tired of it real quick. Let me show you my madness really quickly. Everybody says that mining is much easier in 1.18 to just go caving, but I don't like it very much. I feel like I'm going through a million different caves that look exactly like this, and I never find anything at all. It just feels like a journey. I feel like I'm getting lost, and then I have no clue how to get back to the surface with all the goodies that I've collected. Here's my madness. It probably looks a little familiar to you. Maybe from 5 years ago. Oh, I can show you the ancient city as well. So I actually think there are 2 ancient cities down here. The area with the unbreakable blocks and the blue fire is that only spawns once in one ancient city, right? There's this one over here and it's got blue fire that way. And then there's another one this direction and it's got blue fire as well. So I don't know if that means there's 2 or if it's just a really big ancient city. So my strip mine ran right into one of the ancient cities. The problem is, I think that, yeah, that's a shrieker right there. And I'm absolutely terrified of the ancient city. Personally, my favorite updates recently have been 1.18, the cave update. But I really, really like the deep dark conceptually. I think it's so fun. but the cave update and the copper update, because those brought some of my absolute favorite blocks into the game. I'm a big fan of the deep dark, except I'm a little bit of a coward. You can see my madness down here as well. In a normal strip mine, you're supposed to like go one direction every few blocks, do like 20 in each direction. I feel like that one picture where it's like 90% of gamblers quit before they get rich, I just keep going because I think the next one I will get a diamond, and it's probably kind of a waste of resources, but I do it anyways. Now you don't have to just trust me, bro. Now you know there is at least one ancient city. For my idea, I want a very dilapidated rustic western building right here, and then I want a lone tree, and then it's going to be standing in a wheat field. I was talking about this earlier, but I remembered the actual name for this specific thing that I was talking about is the leading line. So in a painting or cinematography, a picture, anything like that, you're going to have lines that lead you in one direction towards the centerpiece of the work of art, the thing that your eyes are supposed to be drawn towards. I wanted the leading lines to be more defined. I did a little more fiddling with the terrain and grass. I got rid of this little hole right here, and I kind of whittled away at a lot of this hill. It didn't vibe with me. I didn't like it. I have a very specific vibe in mind. I've already mentioned that, where it's very lonely, kind of like the wind is rustling through the hills, sort of lonely. This is the color palette I've picked out for the build. I'll be honest, I've never really built a whole lot with gradients. Not sure exactly how to incorporate them. I've attempted to a few times and never really been happy with the result. So my thought process behind this color palette is that this is the color I wanted the rustic ranch to be. I picked out browns that are very similar in hue. They're kind of a red orangey brown. In a lot of the pictures that I referenced, the roofs are kind of like a metal shack type roof. And I think that this tungsten gray green color is really good at communicating metals, but metal is shiny, so I'm gonna need a much brighter color. Also think the reason that this color palette is gonna go good together is because this brown is a very orangey yellow brown, which means that it's going to go very good with orange and yellow. But also, when we think about complementary colors, red's complementary color is green and yellow's complementary color is blue. So a mix of green and blue, because orange is a mix of red and yellow, is going to be a teal green blue color, which makes this metal roofing a perfect complementary to this brown and this yellow. I am planning later on to have more greenish blue type builds, so I'm hoping that all this yellow that I'm about to build in is going to be offset later by this green blue. From the perspective that I plan on having it, I want this longer side to be longer than this shorter side. If I take a picture from this side, you're not going to see this side of the build at all. So I'm going to place it a little off center right here. When I start building the walls, I want to think about the light source. So our sun is always going to be over here, and I also think there's going to be a lot of light from the back, which is similar to a lot of the pictures that I've been looking at, where the part that is the most shaded is this wall. Okay, I did this. Again, I've never really worked with color gradients very much before, but for such a short area, I felt like I did the color gradient okay here. I think I'm gonna get rid of it because I said I wanted this side to be much darker. So I think that this side's not going to have any brown concrete at all. I had this wall built, but I got rid of it because it's kind of the same problem. But I also realized I needed to extend the wall that direction. Okay, I've just finished this wall. I've decided to make all the blocks kind of point in this straight line and go that direction because I think that kind of gives the illusion like it's a grain of wood. I think that it also blends the blocks together better. It kind of gives that log cabin type feel, whereas this I feel like is a lot more of a grainy type texture. I've tore down and redone the walls again. This is the reason that I don't really do a whole lot of color gradients, is because I think it's very much a wait until the end kind of process, and I'm really impatient and don't do well with that. I keep trying to fix things that will be fixed later when I add in details, so it feels very unfinished and I don't like it. It makes me so uncomfortable. Once I add the roof and start adding the wheat field and details, I know that I will feel much happier with it very quickly. I also changed some of the gradient. I can't remember what blocks I switched out for what, but instead of, I think it was brown. Hello? Hello? Where did he go? An invisible zombie? I switched out, I think it was the brown concrete for this. Hello? Hello? I'm being haunted. Leave me alone. I'm just trying to build my ranch. Oh. Oh, I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared. It's okay. I do have a water bucket. I do. A little bit useless. I'm getting it better at Minecraft, see? So I've switched out the brown concrete for brown terracotta and then changed the lightest block from brown concrete powder or brown wool to brown concrete. I think it makes the gradient a little bit better. The building tends to be the darkest piece in the darkest area in the whole piece. So I didn't really like how light it got. On this wall, I chose to keep it much lighter. So this one doesn't get dark at all on this side or this side. It just gets a little dark right here, and then it starts to lighten up when another light source comes in. Okay, we have a little bit of an issue here. I left my horse on top of a tree and I can't find him anymore. I'm thinking he was somewhere in this direction, but I don't know which tree I left him on top of. I swear I left him on a tree. I thought he would be very safe. Should I like neigh loudly and he will come? Neigh, neigh. Now that I'm thinking about it, I left him on a tree, but he definitely didn't stay on the tree. Oh, there he is. He appeared like a specter. I finished the shape of the walls. I'm not entirely sure about how exactly I want the shape of the house to be. I'm a little confused about the roof and how exactly I want that to go. I'm trying to think about where exactly I want the door to fit. This part that extends out is going to be sort of a stable. This side is a little sad. Just a little bit. I think it looks okay for now. Originally, I wanted the door to be over here and then have a pathway extending that direction, but now there's definitely a lot of interest going on this side, but on this side, there's really nothing happening. I think it would be nice to have a door right here. If I put the door right over there, it won't make sense for the pathway to go this direction. We're definitely getting somewhere. I've seen a lot of people add visual interest in the roof by making the texture change just a little bit using stairs and slabs and full blocks. So I'm going to attempt to do something like that. Here's how the roof turned out. I messed around a lot with this variation in roofing. This isn't something I normally do. I'm going out of my comfort zone with this build quite a lot. I added these parts that are sticking out. It gives the roof a lot of texture and interest that it didn't have before. Then I kind of isolated a few areas where I think the roof would shine the most. I've decided what I want to do with the door. I'm going to put a door right here and it'll be a small door, and then I'm also going to put the front door right here sticking outwards. I'm pretty happy with how the roof turned out. I didn't think it would look this good. These buildings aren't really known for their architectural stability. I think the texturing on the roof gives it that little bit of charm. Right now, I think I should just get in to the detailing and see where I'm at. I did add the door. I'm not sure what to do with this wall here because I think it's very bland. I'm thinking I can fix that with the detailing. Here she is. This is the finished ranch building. I still need to build the tree. I'm really happy with how the building turned out. I knew that everything would come together once I started adding the details, but I was just it's really hard to trust the process sometimes. I think it looks good from this side as well. Now I'm gonna get started on the tree and the wheat field and the path. Here's the spot I've chosen for the trees, right over there where I'm standing. It's a little bit taller than the area that the house is sitting on, and it's also a little bit further back, so it kind of adds depth. I'm looking at pictures of willows. I think a willow-ish shaped tree, one that's very droopy, is gonna look very good. The vibe that I'm going for, like I said, is very lonely, and I think that a willow tree with its droopiness looks very sad. There's thick roots. There's only one main branch, so I want it to be very thick at the base and to get thinner, and I do want it to sort of curve upwards a little to frame the subject. I wanted to have a good silhouette from all sides, which is a little bit difficult for a tree. I'm gonna want, for sure, one branch reaching this direction. Okay, as long as you don't look at the tree from the back. I'm really liking the shape of the tree. I think I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I think it looks pretty good where it's at. Everything will really come together once I get the wheat field and the path in. People are not kidding when they tell you that a wheat field is the worst thing in the world. It's so monotonous, and you have to keep erasing the work that you've already done so that you can spread it further. If anybody ever tells you, let's build a wheat field, it'll look so pretty, it'll be the most adorable thing ever, do not fall into peer pressure. Don't let them do it. It's terrible. You will hate it. You will hate yourself. It's the worst ever. Don't do it. Anyways, here's my wheat field. We're just waiting on the last few areas to grow before I take a picture. And then the last few things that we need to do is move into the ranch. Overall, I'm super pleased with the result. I'm really happy. Here's a little still of it. I guess I haven't shown this yet. You come in here. This is what I've done with the door. I'm probably gonna move my horses in here for now. And then you walk in, and this is the interior. And then here is the door on the other side. This is probably technically the front door just because it's got that really fancy overhang. I don't even want to show the tree from this view. It doesn't look very good. I think maybe next episode I'll edit the tree so that it looks good from all angles. Right now it really only looks good from this angle. I shouldn't talk about what I dislike about it because then you'll notice the things that I dislike about it, and I don't want anyone to notice my mistakes. I did say something earlier. It's so beautiful. I just love looking at it. Okay, I did say something earlier about complementary colors and how red's complementary color is green and yellow's complementary color is blue. I was actually wrong. I don't know how I forgot complementary colors, but I was definitely wrong. So orange's complementary color is blue. Yellow's complementary color is purple, and red's complementary color is green, which does not line up with what I said earlier. I don't really think my logic still stands anymore. I personally just think that yellow and blue go together really well. I just wanted to say that sometimes we're wrong, and I was definitely wrong. Now I just have to move all my stuff inside, and then I will stop dying to creepers. I've died to creepers so many times. I'm always blowing up forever and ever. I'm a bit of a nerd, and I really like my chests to be very orderly. I don't do good with disorder. Here's how I've organized everything for now. Crafted blocks for building. Here I have just sand and dirt. This is all the stuff I found in the mine that's like not really crafted. Then we have clay. Clay just has its own. I over collected a little bit for the clay. Then we have wood, sorted based on wood type. And then we have precious items. Then here's plant, like farming, planting stuff. And then here we have mob drops and tools. And that's how I've sorted everything. What in the world? He's jousting! I've never seen that. It's a baby he's jousting! Why? Hello? That's terrible. That's just terrible. Oh no! A baby came and jousted me. Babies these days, they're up to lots. I have a wonderful ranch to come home to with loads and loads of bread. I'm buried in bukus of bread. He's gone. I wanted to joust him. While I was waiting on the wheat to grow, I did a lot of mining for diamonds, but I wanted to show you. You would think I might foresee this problem, but I thought, nah, it'll be fine. I can't strip mine comfortably because there's an ancient city this way. I showed you that ancient city and you can see it from right here. But there's also an ancient city this way as well, and I keep running into both of them, and I keep spawning the warden. I don't really like using free cam to cheat. In free cam you can x-ray pretty easy, but I just wanted to show you. So here's one ancient city, and then below here, this is my strip mines. Right here, there was a shrieker nearby, and then there's a whole nother one on this side over this direction. I just keep going until I either find diamonds or I run into a shrieker. So here's the second one. It's been a terrible experience. I spawned the warden like 5 times. It was the worst. You would think I would have foreseen such an outcome. From this direction, I'm not sure if I want to fill this whole place with wheat as well. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Next episode, we're going to be doing a lot of chores. I want to set up a villager trading hall, set up an XP farm. We want to do the interior. And then I also want to finish off this tree. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you stuck around for the whole video, thank you so much. If you liked it, maybe you could consider hitting the subscribe button, perhaps. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.